Om Sai Ram. We will now resume chapter 5 of the Sai Satcharitra. Turning water into oil. Sai Baba was very fond of lights. He used to borrow oil from the shopkeepers and keep lamps burning the whole night in the masjid and temple. This went on for some time. The Banyas who supplied oil gratis once met together and decided not to give him oil. When, as usual, Baba went to ask for oil, they all gave him a distinct no. Unperturbed, Baba returned to the masjid and kept the dry wicks in the lamps. The Banyas were watching him with curiosity. Baba took the tumbril, his tin pot, which contained very little oil, put water into it and drank it, and then forced it all to fall into the container. After consecrating the tin pot this way, he again took the water from the tin pot and filled all the lamps with it and lighted them. To the surprise and dismay of the watching Banyas, the lamps began to burn and kept burning the whole night. The Banyas repented and apologized, and Baba forgave them, and he asked them to be more truthful in the future. The pseudo guru Jawahar Ali. 5 years after the wrestling bout above mentioned, one fakir from Ahmednagar named Jawahar Ali came to Rahata with his disciples and stayed in Bakhal near the Veerbhadra temple. The fakir was learned, could repeat the whole Quran, and had a sweet tongue. Many religious and devout people of the village came to him and began to respect him. With the help of the people, he started to build an Eidgah near the Veerbhadra temple. There was some quarrel about this affair, on account of which Jawahar Ali had to leave Rahata. Then he came to Shirdi and lived in the masjid with Baba. People were captured by his sweet talk, and he began to call Baba his disciple. Baba did not object and consented to be his chela. Then both Guru and Chela decided to return to Rahata and live there. The Guru never knew his disciple's worth, but the disciple knew the shortcomings of the Guru. Still, he never disrespected him, observing carefully his duties. He even served the master in various ways. They used to come to Shirdi off and on, but their mainstay was in Rahata. The loving devotees of Baba in Shirdi did not like that Baba should stay away from them in Rahata. So they went in a deputation to bring Baba back to Shirdi. When they met Baba near the Eidgah and told the purpose for which they have come, Baba said to them that the fakir was an angry, ill tempered fellow. He would not leave him and that they should return to Shirdi without him before the fakir returned. While they were talking thus, the fakir turned up and was very angry with them for trying to take away his disciple. There was some hot discussion and altercation, and it was finally decided that both the Guru and Chela should return to Shirdi. And so they returned and lived in Shirdi. But after a few days, the Guru was tested by Devidas and he was found wanting. 12 years before Baba arrived in Shirdi with a marriage party, this Devidas, aged about 10 or 11 years, came to Shirdi and lived in the Maruti temple. Devidas had fine features and brilliant eyes, and he was dispassion incarnate and a dhyani. Many people, namely Tatya Kote, Kashinath, and others regarded him as their guru. They brought Jawahar Ali in his presence, and in the discussion that followed, Jawahar was worsted and fled from Shirdi. He went and stayed in Bijapur and returned after many years to Shirdi and prostrated himself before Sai Baba. The delusion that he was the Guru and Sai Baba his Chela was cleared away, and as he repented, Sai Baba treated him with respect. In this case, Sai Baba showed by his conduct how one should get rid of egoism and do the duties of a disciple to attain the highest end, which is self realization. The story is told here according to the version given by Mahasapati. In the next chapter, Ram Navami festival, the masjid, its former condition, and later improvement in it, etc., will be described. Sairam. With this, we conclude chapter 5, and we will start chapter 6 in the next video. In the last story, Baba himself directly has shown what the lesson is by showing us that we should not be bothered about who's a guru, who's a chela, who is at what level. We should not get involved in such judgments, analysis, questioning. We should just do our duties to the best of our abilities and with devotion and sincerity. It is none of our business who is doing what and who is at what level. In the story previous to that, the lesson is very important and very practical. The Banyas obviously got tired of giving free oil to this fakir all the time. And this is after Sai Baba had proven himself to be a sant, a sadguru, and a mahapurush. And yet the greed, the negotiation, the materialism came in their hearts and they got together and refused Baba something so small. And obviously, Baba and beings like him are not dependent on us. They are not dependent on our generosity or our money or our service. They are giving us a chance to do service and seva and clear our karmas, elevate ourselves, free ourselves in many, many ways. So we should always remember that when we get an opportunity to do seva, it is for our good. We are getting the opportunity to do seva. They are not dependent on us. We have very little to offer them. So this lesson has many layers about how we should take every opportunity given to us to do seva, but also remember that the seva is for our benefit, for us. And even the ego of, oh, I am doing seva, or I am doing so much seva, or I'm giving so much money or goods should not even come in our heart. I think people are very smart today and they say the right words. They say things like, oh, I don't do it. Baba makes me do it, or Guruji makes me do it, or whoever your Sadguru is, they make me do it. But only you know the whole truth. Whether it comes in your heart that yes, only they are making me do this, or do you feel that I am doing this and I am working so hard, only you know the difference. It's really between you and your God, you and your soul. So it's a great lesson that we can imbibe and learn a lot from. We will start with chapter 6 in the next audio. Sai Ram.